Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. You want to talk about 1 in a million chances that don't involve the Powerball lottery? Well, you remember the game I casted last week that was Orb and Blackened versus Master and Fazzar? The one that was supposedly a best of 2? Well, that was not a best of 2 at all. That was the finals of the Red Alert Team League. There were only 2 games at the time, which means that I casted this exactly between the time that Game 2 got uploaded and Game 3 got uploaded. What a coincidence. Yeah, at the time when I looked through the server, Game 3 was not available, but I was made aware by Blackened, who has by the way started his own replay channel, that there is indeed a 3rd game that had been played. So, we are gonna make this and keep it exciting. There is now, the status quo right now is 1 for Team Orb and Blackened and 1 for Team Fazzar and Master TD. So there is going to be a final match, but we're not going to cast that this time. This time around, we are still going to be laser focusing on Mr. Colorblind, aka Fazzar, and we're going to get some good old Minions League action in. This is Fazzar versus Mint, aka Ekanim. Is that something backwards? Does that spell? Sort of. Minaki? I don't know. Not entirely certain. Anyway, so Mint going forward with a couple of rifle infantry, assorted infantry plus an attack dog. He has taken his northern derrick, and the map in question is crossing the... No, Duskwood, sorry. No, it was something with the woods. And Duskwood is also in the RGL pool as well as crossing in the woods. That's why I get them mixed up all the time. Okay, we're gonna be in between as an intermission casting some mid-tier level games because I've been sent a couple of replays and they looked quite interesting. But this one has come highly recommended. So the forward command, this is the map where you basically are very much incentivized into going for an FCOM early and popping down a refinery, because unlocking those gems is gonna spike your income like crazy. It's gonna spike him like Cosby spiked his milkshakes. That's right. We're going there. Alrighty. Gobbling up some valuable ore materials and gems, which inexplicably emerge from those mine shafts. We've talked about this a couple of times before. The wacky world of CNC. It was such a good in-universe explanation in Tiberian Dawn. You know, with Red Alert, they just went with, yeah, there's a mine shaft and people are, I don't know, tossing gems out of the mine shafts. They must lead shitty lives, to be honest. So, Mr. Colorblind just going hard econ, as does Mint. It looks like a super standard opener. One interesting thing here is that Mint, aka Ekanim, did not at all go for his early refinery on the gem mines, and I feel that's a huge mistake. Instead, he went on to capture the comm center. Did he lose his NG? Certainly looking like it. No. Oh, the NG is just waiting in the wings. Oh! The sniper does get the dog, but nothing else much in return. So that's gonna be the all-clear signal given for the dog. Now this is a bit risky because there may always be an APC on the way. Crushing. Coming down, crushing. But it doesn't appear to be the case. Mint is going for a mobile flak. He's just trying to draw some fire. I think he figures that the timing window has passed. Yeah, the ranger is on the way. So that's kind of really smart. And he is holding the line with a couple of rifle infantry so he can see a push coming. I think that's a smart play. He's gonna be trading a little bit of health on the ranger. Solid. He could have actually closed the gap with those rifles, because there is certainly not going to be a second light vehicle that would delay your Conyard so much. So as a result, the Conyard for Mr. Colorblind is already out, and Mint opted for an early heavy tank, coupled with a lot of rockets, but nothing much else. This is a weird composition. He does have an infantry corps back up because he started double refinery, but still. This is a push army early on. Not the game ender, I would say. Unless you catch your opponent hands down with his MCV face forward. Even then, you can subsist on gem mine econ for a while. Right, now that that's out of the way, how's life going? It's actually, whenever there's holidays as a teacher, I'm sure many of you know this. It's like, oh, I've got 9 weeks. I've got so much time. No, I've still got 8 weeks. Man, life's good. And then all of a sudden it melts down to 3 weeks left. The time's ticking. And you're like, yeah, this is soon gonna be back to square one. I'm looking forward to it, but at the same rate. Ooh, next semester is gonna be a bit busy. With having 7 different classes. Okay, Mr. Colorblind does have a very nice forward outpost with lots of barracks. He's well defended. Ooh, nice. Immortal flag can now poke away at the infantry, just get a little bit of value. I like getting it at least up to veterancy too. Microing your flag so it can maximize the kill value. Just something so nice to do. So rewarding. Solid death ball from Mr. Colorblind here. Flag Track has scouted out some army movement, so definitely not the worst unit in the roster. And he's moving northbound, whereas Mint is going south, and he's got the jump on the expansion, so if he can snipe those 2 harvesters early on. Wait a sec. Oh! Your rifle infantry, the scout is stopping just short. Okay, in comes the mobile flag, just drawing the army away. That's cool. Oh, the ranger here as well. So push for push. There is an engineer here. Just putting it out there, the engineer is waiting in the wings. We are gonna hit tabs on that. Mobile flag is moving forward. Just poking a little. It's so good that Mint never revealed his army. So basically the opponent doesn't know that this is there. Okay, ranger goes down. Crucially, the engineer is still alive. Just saying, just putting it out there. How much is Mint floating? Oh! He isn't floating that much, but Jesus, Fazzar, you are floating hardcore. Okay, so where are the armies going? Feels like he's got such an army disparity. Yep. Mint definitely behind on the 8 ball here, behind in the arms race. Man, you want to represent the Soviet Union. If they were to be this far behind in the arms race, wouldn't have looked very good. Cuba would have been a whole different story. Okay, heavy tanks going forward, getting the jump on the army. But the position I feel is favoring Fazzar for now because he does have a concave. A very nice concave. Oh, Mint has shaved off a tank for now. And that is a complete collapse. That is a full-on surround. I can't see Mint winning this. This is just both armies with their full value, and there's just so much armor left. Yeah, Mint is just flabbergasted by what's coming here. I mean, he just straight up ran into this. You've got no one to blame, my friend. That was the one-click massacre. Yikes. Yep, kiss your expansion goodbye. Harvesters skedaddling away. So, good movement. He only, quote-unquote, only loses his mining spot, but that is the juiciest mining spot that there is. And the tanks somehow have sniffed out the MCV. Oh no. Your only option now is to deploy and sell. There is nothing else you can do anymore. Communication center sees everything going on, but doesn't really help. Huh? Did he outmaneuver those tanks? Apparently he did. Yikes, I've heard a strafe. Not the most successful thus far. Counterattack, the artilleries are waiting in the wings. Oh no. This is absolute devastation. Maybe he can get a couple of V2s in. Texan are already on the way for Fazzar. He is in such a commanding position. There's gonna be a V2 coming out, but I doubt it's gonna change the tide of battle. Because how do you stop this army? You can try your best with the V2 micro. But at the end of the day, it's just such a large army disparity. You need to put your V2s on hold fire. Oh, first shot whiffing completely. And then basically you need to have the 1-2 punch combo. Yeah. They are conga lining in. This is gonna be a good one. Decent-ish. Not the best yet. War Factory going down. Economy lines going down. It is starting to get real bad. Good V2 hits, but they won't change the tide of battle anymore. V2's repositioning. Trying to get in now. Ooh, that was some good lightning fire. Still not enough. Secondary army has routed the Autrax. Tertiary army is coming in with the melee artilleries onto the oil derrick. There is absolutely nothing that Mint can do to stop this anymore. That was just a display of force. Lining up for the Yaks, for the artilleries, but that's no dice in this game. Man. Giving him the Chi-Chi well played, so some good sportsmanship, I like that. Alright, so very decisive victory from Fazzar. We are gonna be back with game 2 in a hot second.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Alrighty, and this time around we are on river crossing. This one is a little bit interesting. Oh, by the way, something really hilarious I want to point out is that there is a new playtest patch. And you know what the biggest change is? They reverted the colors. So now you can get back to your more saturated color schemes. Rejoice, Orb and Anju, because you have been screwed over royally by these changes. And they are going to be reverted, rightfully so. So, gap generator in the middle. That's an interesting one. Because this can be really obnoxious, can hide an army. And gap generators have been changed in their functionality now, so they do not only decrease the vision, but also the vision of air units, and that is super annoying. They used to just replenish the shroud, but now they're actually having a tangible combat impact, because sometimes the opponent can just fire from out of fog of war. And as a result, it can be super annoying. Mint going relatively aggressive early on. Wait, gap generator is somehow disabled? Oh, okay. It does not start out powered. Interesting. So Mr. Colorblind, again, Fazzar has the better positioning. He also is setting a lot more infantry in early on. Oh! Mint went for an engineer. Like, that is not a build that makes a whole lot of sense. Where's this poor guy going? This poor soul is gonna get overrun real hard. So that's the power of early game double refinery pushes. You basically just churn out 15 infantrymen, and then you go for engineer. Because if you don't do that, what's happening is that you're just gonna get overrun, and your engineer is not gonna contribute in a meaningful way. So I'm not liking that too much. There is a war factory on the way for Fazzar. Mint. He has rushed a war factory. Okay, that would be the reason why. By the way, a single Grenadier could have probably ended the game there. This is a triple power plant opener from Mint. This does not make sense at all. Plus, he must have sold a structure here because there is too wide a gap. I think what he did is go for a fourth power plant, and then he wants to pop down the refinery here. Weird choices all around. I've gotta say, yeah, that's a much... Oh, wait. That's the same distance, so maybe you just start out with an extra power plant. I did not pay attention in the early game. Must be it though, because the distances are exactly the same. I'm not seeing any civies from a cell order. So I guess that's just it. Basically, so your base is a little more widespread than it would usually be, traditionally. Fazzar on 3 harvesters, and getting the 4th one installed right now. 4th harvester is already out for Mint, and the 5th one coming online, so good scaling from his war factory. Our first build, that is very solid. Engineer waiting in the wings yet again. Gap generator somehow, is he unpowered? Oh no. Was that maybe a visual bug? Okay, now he sold a refinery. Now we're seeing a couple technicians run around scared. Always used to be great fun tackling Allied mission number 1. There is a trigger. As soon as you shut down the power, there is 2 civilians coming in. It's like they're gonna represent farmers that wanna just break the base. They start running into the Tesla coil. That was always highly entertaining. Well, I always made it my mission to try and save them, because I think they counted towards your own casualties if you let them die, even though you couldn't control them. Civi's going rogue. Okay, we've got 6 harvesters now online for Fazzar. He's got the ranger out. And no light vehicle here yet. Mint yet again going for his standard BO. That is going to be a heavy tank first into an MCV. On a map this large, I'm not the biggest fan. Reason being that it just doesn't lend it usually doesn't translate into massive early game advantages because you can't push easily. If you push, you're really hard committed. Your army is on the other side of the map, and your opponent, if he has gone for a counterattack, can just wipe your base. So it's always really, really risky. Oh, little coyote gulch, little coyote graveyard, whatever it is. Here in the middle of these lush green forests and the fields of ore, as has been established to be the primary means of economy, primary means of production. Just a little mining company. Okay, this time it's gonna get a little more spicy because both players appear to be contesting the same side. Again, Fazzar with the larger army. This time though, it's not as decisive, I think. Yeah, just a little disparity. So I feel one of the issues for Mint, let's take this as a little lesson. Let's do a little OpenRA lesson plan. So what's going wrong here? Write it in the comments if you know. No, seriously though. If you take a look at Fazzar's vision, he's got quite a good read on the map. He's basically controlling at least 60% of the ore nodes and knows that there is nothing coming his way. Mint, on the other hand, is playing so far back. He has not placed any rifles in the vicinity of the ore fields, so as a result he just doesn't know if there is anything out there waiting for him. So he does not have any intel on the econ situation, and as a result he's playing extremely indecisively. Now he has scouted the power plant. Whereas Fazzar kind of knows where his opponent can go, right? He knows that this expansion is still not occupied. This one he has scouted, so it has kind of lost a little bit of ore already. And like a hidden expansion here is extremely unlikely. Yep, and as a result, Mint is going in blind, losing a heavy tank for his trouble. And also immediately getting his Conyard scouted out. That is a terrible start for him. Oh no, plus the bad rally point. Oh, losing heavy tanks for nothing just hurts so much. Heavy tanks are just absolutely crucial. Your heavy tank count should always be at least at parity. There's such powerful tools. I fear that Fazzar is gonna overrun him once again here. Like, how is this gonna get stopped? I fear it won't be stopped at all. Even with the defender's advantage, I feel Fazzar just has enough to push through. Maybe not. Maybe the flame tower can hold the line for a little longer. A couple good shots in. Nope. Not enough. Okay, he has managed to push back Mr. Colorblind on the left-hand side. 2 rockets left behind. That's kind of cute. Just tackling the ore refinery, but Fazzar's Conyard has already redeployed. He's going to build a pillbox in a second. Okay. Not too bad, that's a refinery down. He also is finding some economical damage, so this time around Mint is having a good read on the map at least. You should kill the war factory. Oh, you have to be more decisive, my friend. Oh, just in time, the second war factory is coming online. So that was the plan all along. Plan in redundancy. That is very smart. Okay, he's going for the power. I don't know if that's gonna work, huh? realistically. He's trading decently well here. He's shaved off a little bit from this army. One harvester going down on this side, and Mint is down to one army. He's also reduced to basic universal income. That's the other way around, universal basic income, right? UBI, yeah. Okay. But Mint not out of the game just yet. This time around he is behind, but not as far as he used to. Massive army push from Fazzar on the left hand side. Again, infantry first, but it doesn't matter if you've got such a large army lead. This could hit a nasty timing though. Mint is going for the right hand side, just as the MCV is moving out. This could be devastating, depending on the MCV here. I think he can't deploy right now. He's managed to. Okay, if Fazzar if Mint hard commits here, he's gonna lose everything on the other side though. So, kind of tit for tat, and he's already behind. So, I'm not seeing it. Still a commendable effort, gotta say. If only he knew that most of the army is here. Secondary war factory is not gonna help all that much. More heavies being produced. He just needs rifles and heavies. He needs that cheap Ganon-style army composition, where you just go for mass rifles, mass heavies, and try singling out their tanks with your tanks, and then overrun the enemy infantry with a wave of cheap expendable conscripts. Human wave tactics is what they call it in actual warfare. Nope. I fear this is not going to be enough. He has actually managed to dismantle the econ of Fazzar, but it doesn't really matter. As Linkin Park used to put it so eloquently, I've tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Only one war factory, but this shell base is just enough for Fazzar to win the game. Yeah, really solidly well played, gotta say. Oh, a hidden expansion! This time around, he's pulling all the tricks out of his bag. I mean, to be fair, who would expect an expansion here except if you've got a rifle scout positioned? Did he notice that? That was just a brief glimpse. I feel he may not have noticed that that has happened. Well played, GG? Probably. Yeah. There is no army left here. He's got 2 corner expansions. That is probably the weirdest map state I've seen in a while. He does not have a refinery here either. Yeah. In come the tanks, in comes the cavalry. That is the worst map state, by the way, as an RTS player in general. Splitting a map like this means you have to defend on both fronts, and you cannot just magically teleport your army unless you're a GLA in Command and Conquer Generals, because they were a busted faction. Don't tell me otherwise. If you played this game, you know. Oh, did he scout the third ore track? Apparently not. Yeah. Unless you're a GLA, which are by far the most broken faction in any Command and Conquer game, I feel, then you're not gonna have a good time with this type of map state. Because your opponent can decide to full commit their army, and you don't know where they're coming from, so you need to split your army. And yeah. Hilarious game in a way, because 2 corner expansions versus everything else. But in the end, it was just Mint never having the scouting information. Not really utilizing his units all that productively, just playing around his half of the map. You want to scout aggressively. It's basically like sacrificing pawns on a chessboard. You play 5D chess. You sacrifice your pawns to understand the opponent's position. And that's exactly what Fazzar did, whereas Mint was kind of concentrated on his half of the board, and as a result, he got ran over. Yeah, good lesson in warfare, and for love as well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time with some more OpenRA. Next time we're going to be casting the missing game of the finals in the Red or Team League. Right now it is 1-1 between Orb and Blackened and Master and Fazzar. So, thanks for watching and see you next time. 5 Aces, out.
Battle control terminated.